was in my headset last game. And we're starting pretty soon here, so. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Laker Turf for some field hockey action as your Lady Oswego Lakers will be taking on the Hawks of Hartwick. I'm your play-by-play commentator, James Gattato, with Caroline Evans on my right doing color comm. How you doing today, Caroline?
I'm good. It's a beautiful day for a field hockey game right now.
And, you know, a couple of interesting points here as we were listening to the starting lineups. We saw that the Hartwick Hawks, 7 out of the 11 starters, freshmen and sophomores. So it should be very interesting to see how the inexperience plays into the Oswego Lakers' favor. But there's a little bit of inexperience in net today as Joanna Chrisman, the starting goalie, is injured. She was in an arm sling pregame. Caroline, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was noticed when they were doing that thing in the beginning when they shake hands with everyone, and I noticed that Joanna Chrisman was walking with her arm in a sling. So right now, Lauren Catalano is going in as goal, and usually they don't switch through goalies, so usually Joanna Chrisman's in, but now it's different since Lauren is in. We'll see how it goes.
Should be interesting to see how Catalano responds to the pressure of this very young Hartwick team. Now, Caroline, do you have a player to watch for the Lakers going into this game?
Yes, one of my players that I want to look out for is number 13, Alyssa DeMichael. She is a freshman, and as of right now, she sits with 6 goals and 13 points. And out of her team, she is the second out of points-wise under your player, Katie Reynolds.
Katie Reynolds, I think, is going to be my player to watch. She was the athlete of the week for September 25th that week. She scored 4 goals against Brockport, and then she's been on a bit of a dry spell, but I think that she's going to be due for a big game here, and you see that they're in the center circle getting ready to get started here on the Laker turf. If you're just joining us, 35 minutes, the first half is just about to start, and they are off and away. Katie Reynolds sending a pass to the right side, as we have the Lakers taking it up the turf, but it is intercepted by Maria Stalder, who's looking to move it for the Hartwick Hawks. See what the ball movement's looking like now for the Hawks. And the Lakers force a turnover, and they're trying to get something going here in the middle of the pitch. Moving it around, that is Jenna Rogers looking to do something, and that's the foul. The Lakers will have possession. Rogers on the ball here. And it gets taken back by Maria Stalder. And now Hartwick is on the attack once again, pushing down the line. It is Tegan Robinson who has the ball, looking to do something with it. Hits it up, and it gets to Katie Moose, who is looking to attack towards goal. Let's see if that young Hartwick attack can do something. And there's a foul on the play. It will be Oswego ball. Oswego taking out of the back here, looking to do something. And it'll be Maggie's, my apologies. It will be Julia Heacock with the possession, looking to do something here. And it gets intercepted by Hartwick. They're looking to make a push towards goal now. And it was Maria Stalder trying to get something going there for the Hartwick Hawks. She got the ball once again. She sends it over to the corner, over to Katie Muse. And it hits the feet of an Oswego defender. Hawks ball. Rebecca Bonini on the ball. Oswego gets possession back. And Jenna Rogers fires one up the field. Giving chase is Abby Testo, but no dice as Hartwick regains control. Testo really working there to get the ball back. Very good work there from Testo. Tegan Robinson on the ball. Sophomore here. This young Hartwick team really moving the ball around well, Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. For both Hartwick and Oswego, they're very consistent on who they're passing to, and they know right where it's going to go. So as of right now, even though it's been 3 minutes into the game, who knows how this game's going to work.
It's very back and forth so far, but it does seem like that in the first couple of minutes here, Hartwick has had a little bit more dominating offensive possession compared to the Lady Lakers.
Yeah, definitely.
Should be very interesting to see how this one plays out as we are only 3 minutes into the half here at the Laker turf. 0-0 Lakers Hawks. Hartwick gets the ball back. They're looking to fire something up, but Oswego intercepts once again, and Katie Reynolds giving chase. But Hartwick does a good job staying composed in the back. That's Rebecca Bonini on the ball. And it hit Emily Conklin right in the feet. which will be a turnover, giving Hartwick the ball once again. It'll be Abby Testo on the ball, firing one up. Giving chase. A hungry Oswego attack. They are on the ball. And it was Alyssa DeMichael trying to make something happen here, but it hits the foot, and it's another turnover. Hartwick Hawks ball. Hits one up to the middle of the field, and it will be Perry Willett giving chase. She has a lot of the ball right now. She's doing a great job of controlling. She's looking to get something going. And Lauren Catalano just lets it go far right. Katie Muse was trying to get there in time, but Catalano knew that was going wide right and just safely shielded that one out. Oswego ball. Hartwick forces a turnover here, and it will be Maria Stalder that is carrying. And she's looking to do something. Riley Mallett on the clearance. Hartwick regains possession, though. And we've seen these past couple of plays that Hartwick's really been all over the Lakers here in the opening couple of minutes. Oswego really not being able to get much offense going, really at all. But Hartwick hasn't had a shot on goal yet either. So should be very interesting to see how the Lakers respond to all of this offensive pressure by this young team. And there was Allison Quirk on the ball. Hit the foot once again. It will be Oswego's possession. Bringing it out the back now is Julia Heacock. Swinging it over to the left side. Abby Testo. And it gets intercepted by Rebecca Bonini. And the ball goes wide left out of bounds. Nothing to worry about there for Lauren Catalano. Although it does seem like that this young Hawks team is going to give Catalano some work here. The 5-foot freshman out of Washington Township, New Jersey, might be getting a lot of work here as Joanna Chrisman in the sling from Rochester will be resting today. Oswego on the attack here. And it will be Oswego ball. Emily Conklin on said ball. Fires a pass up, and it is intercepted by Hartwick. They're going the other way once again. Allison Quirk relays the pass down the line to Perry Willett, who gets intercepted by the Oswego defense. Good read there. Oswego ball. So Caroline, what are you seeing so far? I know that you played field hockey, so what are your thoughts on the opening 7 minutes of play so far here at Laker Turf?
One thing that I'm seeing is Hartwick has a very strong offense line, which they are able to take that ball up to the goal, and even the Oswego defense line is very strong as well, being able to keep it outside of the circle as much as they possibly can. So as of right now, I'm seeing both very strong teams.
Perry Willett was going for the solo goal there, but she got stuffed right near the box by Julia Heacock. Good defense there from the freshman. A lot of freshmen playing in this game. It's very interesting to watch as we have 7 freshmen and sophomores, like I said, for the Hartwick Hawks. And we got a lot of freshmen coming in for the Lakers as well. So it should be really interesting to see how both of these teams play and respond to each other, and hopefully, you know, none of them gas out, because it's going to. Oh, nice save there by Lauren Catalano, as that's the first kick that she has had to make all day to stuff another Hartwick attack. That was the first legitimate chance that Hartwick had at a goal, and now they're looking to press again. It's Maria Stalder sending the cross in, and it'll hit the foot of a Hartwick attacker, and it will be Oswego State's ball. Heacock sent it up, and it deflected off of the stick of a Hartwick Hawk, but now Hartwick retains possession. Maria Stalder to Katie Muse. Oh, and she just crossed it in, and it went just wide. Now, Caroline, what's the lingo for this? I've seen this a ton of times, but I'm not quite necessarily sure on what this is. Is this a corner?
Yeah, right now it's a corner, which is when you get a penalty in your own circle. But then if you get a penalty in the other team's circle, it becomes 16-yard, which you bring it out. So corners are not good, really. Like, it gives the other team a good chance to score. So you usually try to stay away from corners.
We'll see what we can do here. Tegan Robinson on the pass. Ooh, and great save by Catalano as she kicks that one right away. Oswego looking to counterattack. Katie Reynolds on the ball.
Returning to the lineup,
and it goes out of bounds for an Oswego
also into
possession.
The Lakers, number 6.
Good play there by Lauren Catalano as she was able to clear that one out. Good work by the freshman. Katie Reynolds on the ball here, looking to make something happen. And that ball just goes out of bounds. Hartwick ball. You know, the thing that's really sticking out to me so far is that Oswego really hasn't looked dangerous in their attacking end at all, and they really haven't had to make Hartwick's goalie work at all, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Hartwick looking to make something happen. They got Allison Quirk on the ball, and it goes wide right. Oswego will retain possession. It'll be Heacock on the ball once again, looking to clear out of the back. Not a lot of movement from the Lakers here in the middle of the field, so Heacock doesn't have a lot of choices. Hartwick easily gets the ball back, and now it's Katie Muse looking to do something as she sends a ball in, and it skies right over the net. Perry Willett tried to get it into the top of the net, but no dice as she goes right over the head of Lauren Catalano. Heacock once again out of the back, and they could just not get anything going out of the back here. Not a lot of movement, like I said earlier, from this Lakers team. And Hartwick looks to be the dominant side in these first 11 minutes of action here at the Laker turf. Oswego retains the ball here. Off the foot of a Hartwick Hawk, it will be Lakers possession once again in the same spot where the original foul happened. It will be Abby Testo looking to do something. Maria Stalder with the pass over to Brooke Singer. And Singer really trying to get in there on defense, but the Lakers are forcing a turnover, and Katie Reynolds taking it the other way, the former athlete of the week, looking for the pass, finds it. And the Lakers retain possession. They fire into the middle. Ooh, and Reynolds with a shot, no good. And it is in for the Lakers. Emily Conklin off the rebound of the goalie. Conklin slots that one home to put the Lakers up 1-0. Great goal, great teamwork there for a Lakers team that really hadn't pressured the Hawks at all on the offensive end.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that was a great goal by Emily Conklin. It was just a little lift that not many people can do, just lift it into the goal, and it was very well played out. A lot of communication from the players that were in the circle, and overall great.
Katie Reynolds tried to get something going there, and then it deflected off the goalie. Conklin coming in and finishing that one up, cleaning up the mess. And now Hartwick here, they've been the dominant side in this first 12 minutes of play, and they just conceded the goal, a very unlikely goal. They got to regroup here. They got to think of what they're going to do, Caroline.
Yeah, I think that for Hartwick, it's going to be one of those things that once you see the other team get a goal, it like clicks in your head that you need to work harder. Which then it could also mean that for Oswego, where they see that they get a goal and they know they can get one, so they try to get more.
They're trying to get it back here, Hartwick. And it will be another Hartwick corner. Very dangerous here for the Hartwick Hawks as they have an opportunity to equalize. And the Lakers are pressed back inside the goal. They're going to try to clear it. As you see, all of the Lakers are at midfield standing, getting ready to rush the net to help out their fellow Laker defenders. Here we go. Hawks on the corner. They're looking for a shot. And it is wide right. Catalano had no worries there.
Returning to the lineup for the
As it will
Lakers,
be
number 13,
Oswego
Alyssa
possession.
DeMichael.
Peacock coming out of the back. The one thing
Laker
I've
goal
noticed
scored
with
by
Peacock
number
and his
11,
services
Emily
here is that
Conklin.
there is no movement whatsoever from the Lakers,
That
and they are
goal
just turning the
scored
ball over
unassisted
constantly
at 11
to
minutes,
Hartwick, who
21
now has a
seconds of the
chance on
first half.
frame, and they are
Conklin
taking a great
unassisted
save by
at
Catalano there.
11:21.
Hartwick was looking on the attack, and Catalano made a veteran save there. The freshman doing veteran things. Good work there. Peacock once again coming out of the back, and she looks for the smart pass because there wasn't enough movement. Hartwick once again retains possession though. Doing a great job of getting the ball back, and it is another Hartwick Hawks corner. I believe that's 4 now for the Hawks in the half, so very dangerous. Very, very dangerous here. Getting ready to serve it into the box. Oswego ready in the net. Hartwick looking for the shot. And Oswego forces the turnover. Oh, but Hartwick gets possession back. And Catalano lets it go wide right. What do you think of
Returning
the
for the
performance from
Lakers,
Lauren
number
Catalano
1,
so
Katie
far?
Reynolds.
Watching Catalano, I think this is, as of right now, a great game for her, considering that. Wait 1 second.
We have something going on in the field now. Katie Reynolds will be trotting off the field.
Yeah, it looked like she had gotten a green card, which means that she is out of the game for 2 minutes, and it means now that the Lakers are down 1 player.
Okay. So anyways, like you were saying about Catalano.
Yeah, I was saying that, like, this is a great game for her, considering that usually in the games we don't see much action from her, because usually Crispin is in most of the games. So now that Catalano is in getting all the saves she has, she's been doing great this game.
Hartwick on the ball now after there was a foul on the Lakers. Taking Robinson on the ball, looking to do something. Lays it off to Katie Muse. And Muse gets around one defender. Looks like it will be a Hartwick ball. Taking Robinson once again, and it gets taken away by the Lakers, but Hartwick will retain possession. Robinson on the ball once again. Sends it into Bonini, who puts the cross in. And it hits a Hawk foot, making possession go to the Lakers. Peacock once again, bringing it out of the back for the Lakers. So Caroline, how come we're not seeing a lot of movement from the Lakers on offense here after they're trying to get it out of the back?
I'm not exactly sure. I think just like when it's like coming out of the circle, it could just be like marking your spot and knowing where to pass it. But other than that, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, how important is movement on something like a dead ball, you know, where they have to move it out of the back?
Great,
They're
turning
kind of
for the
looking for
Lakers,
their
number
attackers.
20,
Do they
Lacey
have to
White.
stay there, or can they move?
They can move, but like
Ooh, and Hartwick in on a chance, and they net it away. Maria Stalder gets right by all of the Oswego defenders and puts it right past Lauren Catalano, bottom right corner, to notch this one up at 1 apiece with 19:44 to go in the first period of play here at the Laker turf. Your Oswego Lady Lakers are tied with the Hartwick Hawks 1-1. If you were just joining us, Oswego 2 shots on goal, 1 save for Emily Catalanato, and Hartwick 2 shots on goal, 1 save for Allison Osborne. Good game up to this point. Hartwick, that was really very well deserved for the Hawks, as they had been knocking on the Lakers' door for basically this entire game, and Lakers just had that one chance. They ended up scoring on it, and then Hartwick, like I said, knocking on the door the whole game, and they've been able to put that one away after finally so many offensive chances. And it looks like they got another one here.
That goal scored unassisted.
But the
at
Lakers do a
15
good
minutes,
job of
16
playing
seconds of
defense
the
and
first
getting
half.
that one out
Stalder
of
unassisted
danger.
at 15-16. Returning for the
And
Lakers,
Katie
number
Reynolds
1,
coming
Katie
back
Reynolds.
on here for the Lakers as she just runs by the Hartwick defender. That was a good move there from Katie Reynolds. And now the Lakers are in a very dangerous position here.
Into the lineup for Hartwick, number 3.
Hartwick gets
Harry
possession
Willett.
back, but it would be Lacey White who was pressuring the Hartwick defender. It hit off of her foot. It will be Hartwick ball once again. Lakers force a turnover, though. It's a very back-and-forth affair that we have going on here. The Lakers seem to have woken up a little bit on the offensive end. White here gets the ball taken away from Rebecca Bonini, who sends a pass up to Perry Willett. Willett trying to make something happen on her own, but
Returning
it will
to the lineup
be
for the Lakers,
Lakers
number
ball
19,
here.
Kathleen Little.
Abby Testo fires a ball up, and it goes right out of bounds for a Hartwick ball. Checking into the game now, we have number 16, Gina Cozzetti.
Into the lineup for Hartwick,
Hartwick.
number 16, Gina
And
Cozzetti.
she will be subbing in for Tegan Robinson, who put in a pretty good shift there. Oswego looking pretty dangerous, but a good kick save there from Allison Osborne. Oswego really pressuring now and pressing the issue on offense here. They want to make this statement against this Hartwick team who's been all over them and almost the first 20 minutes of play here. Besides that one shot that they had that led to the goal, Oswego hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but in the past two on the ball. And she does a good job of sticking the Hartwick player.
Returning for the Lakers, number 15.
That was
Leah
Allison Quirk that got the
Romanowski.
ball taken away from her from the former Athlete of the Week in Reynolds. SUNYAC Player of the Week. Hartwick ball here. Looks for a pass to Perry Willett, but Willett lets that one ride right out of bounds for an Oswego ball. Once again, Abby Testo on the pass, and it goes right out of bounds. And it will be Rebecca Bonini to have possession for the Hawks of Hartwick. If you are just joining us, thank you for tuning in to WTOP 10. We have a great one here this afternoon at the Laker Turf as your Oswego Lady Lakers field hockey team is all squared up with the Hawks of Hartwick 1-1. Hartwick on the attack here, looking to get something going, and it's Perry Willett trying to get the solo goal. Oh, and great save by Lauren Catalano. Another great save by Catalano. Wow, she's making it happen with the feet and with the mitt here, Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. Just by watching what she's been doing, she's been very consistent of where she will be and where the ball is. So she's been very good at using both the feet and the hands. I don't know, just this. I feel like this is her game. Like I feel like just.
She's playing very well at this point.
Definitely.
Hartwick on the corner now, though, very dangerous for the Lakers here as they are in trouble, possibly conceding yet another goal here. Ooh, and Catalano just got very lucky there as it went barely
Returning
left.
to the lineup for the Lakers,
That was
number
Perry Willett
11,
on the
Emily
shot,
Conklin.
or excuse me, Allison Quirk. And that shot went wide left. Lakers catching a break there, swing and a miss. And Abby Testo there with the two whiffs ending in the turnover for the Lakers. And this would be Gina Cozzetti here on the ball. Cozzetti turning around, making something happen. Here we got Perry Willett. Ooh, doing it herself. And gets stuffed in the back by a solid Lakers defense to this point. They have responded very well to this Hartwick offense, who has put a lot of pressure on them in the first period of play. Maria Stahl there looking for the cross, and it will go out of play. Lakers ball. It'll be Heacock, Julia Heacock on the ball, firing one up, but again, just almost turned over again to the Hartwick Hawks. Emily Hunter did a good job of navigating her way out of pressure there, but it hit her foot and Hartwick regained possession. But now, hit another foot, Oswego gets the ball back once again. Heacock looking to get it out of the back, and she does so this time. Katie Reynolds giving press. And now Hartwick looks to reset and work it throughout the back. Rebecca Bonini on the ball. And Oswego gets the ball back as Bonini's pass went right to Abby Testo. Excuse me, Kathleen Little was there with the interception. Hartwick looking to make something happen here, but it is stuffed by Riley Mallett. She does a great job there of playing some killer defense to force the Laker turnover. Hartwick back on the ball here, though. And it's Mallett once again. Reynolds on the ball. She's doing a very good job of keeping possession there for the Lakers on offense. As soon as I say something, she turns it over, of course. That's a good defense. Looking to keep out those pesky Hawks.
Returning for the Lakers,
And it was
number
good
17,
play to
Jenna
keep it in
Rogers.
bounds for Emily Hunter, but the pressure from the Hawks was just too much as she ended up dribbling out of bounds. Lakers ball, however. Kathleen Little with a turnover. To the Hawks, who fire it up the pitch. And now look to have a counterattack of their own. To Jenna Sobol, who fires a pass to Bella Wheeler. Looking to put it in the box, but again, it is Riley Mallett who is having herself a day right now. Doing a great job of stuffing the Hartwick attackers right before they have dangerous opportunities. Although Hartwick corner here, and it will be Rebecca Peaks who sends in the cross to the Hawks so that the Hawks can try to take a 2-1 lead over the Lakers here with 11:40 to go in the first period of play. Serves it in. Lakers giving pressure. Looks like there's going to be a shot on the frame, and Catalano does a good job of kicking it out.
All right, come on, Jenna.
Press isn't over yet, though. Catalano, and it goes wide right. Very dangerous there for Catalano, as it looked like she had been beaten, but wide right as Rebecca Peaks couldn't get to the ball. Puts it just wide of the frame. Man, Hartwick is doing a great job of forcing these turnovers, Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. Something I do notice during every hit that Oswego does have, Hartwick is right there, and they're right there to take the ball away from Oswego, which is a very good sign in the team.
Oswego now on a very good counterattack. Emily Conklin did a very good job of getting out of pressure and making her own space, trying to get something going for herself there. And Lacey White is trying to carry it. Got the turnover from the Hawks.
Into the
And
line
now it's
for
Mallett
the
giving
Lakers,
chase,
number
who's
3,
been on her
Teresa
A
Glenn.
game today for the Lakers as she clears it out of the back. Lakers retaining possession, but Hartwick forcing the turnover here as Bella Wheeler was on the ball. Wheeler again in the box. And Mallett has Wheeler in her back pocket. She is not letting Wheeler go anywhere, not letting her have any space. Mallett right now is my defensive player of the game so far. She is just looking really solid out there.
Yeah, definitely. The entire defense line, I feel like, has been very solid lately. Just during this entire game, I feel like everyone has just been clean and solid.
And the 5'10 junior from Suffern showing a lot of veteranship here as she has been stepping up on this Oswego defense, playing some key roles and stopping Hartwick from getting that crucial second goal before the end of the first. Another thing that I've been very impressed with, Perry Willett's ball handling skills, her stick handling skills have been very, very good. She's had a couple of opportunities here to where she has had maybe 1 or 2 defenders on her, and she has just taken it solo dolo, no problem getting by the defenders. Hartwick firing in a ball, and Catalano lets that one ride off to the right. Not sure what the call is here by the referee. And it will be a Hartwick ball. Hartwick moving the ball around here. Hartwick resetting. Maria Stalder on the pass. And Oswego clears it away. Now it looks like we have a new substitution in the game for the Lakers, and it will be number 3, Teresa Glynn. Looking to make some go here. Abby Testo on the ball, firing it up, and actually knocks the stick out of the Hartwick Hawk hand. Perry Willett got the stick knocked straight out of her hand there. Willett once again with the ball, and it is stuffed by Testo, but it hits the foot of Testo, and it will be a Hawk ball once again. So we got 7 minutes and about 35 seconds to go here in the first half of play. What are your thoughts so far, Caroline?
As of right now, both teams are, as I've been saying, very consistent of what they're doing, and they know exactly how they're going to set up the plays and everything. And as of right now, I'm not exactly sure if any of the teams will score in the rest of the half because of how they've been playing so far. Even though they've each gotten a goal, like there's still been so much time where it's been back and forth. So as of right now, I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, it does seem like that Hartwick is controlling a lot of the offensive tempo so far to this point.
Yeah, definitely. Like Hartwick is very, they really know how to get the ball closer to Oswego's net, giving them more of an advantage, I'd say.
And for as young of a team as they are, it's very surprising to see them have this much in the gas tank and apply this much pressure to the Laker defense.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe it's like the young energy. Maybe they're feeling.
Into the lineup.
They're driven. They kind of want to. They kind of want to prove
Mary.
a point here, walking into a little bit of an older Oswego team, a little more of a seasoned Oswego team, and they are 7-4. So it's not like they're a bad team by any means, but they have a pretty decent record going into this game, and they're I think they're looking to prove a point here. I mean, they're coming off of a loss, a 1-0 loss to Washington and Jefferson this past Saturday. So
Yeah.
I think that they're trying to prove a point here to the Lakers that they're not just gonna push over and let the Lakers walk all over them, especially because the Lakers have been the losers of 2 straight as well.
Mhm.
They just lost 5-0 to Oneonta this past Saturday too. So not the prettiest of losses. When you're thinking of Hartwick's last loss, they were 7-3 going into a tough Washington and Jefferson team, and they only lost 1-0.
Yeah.
And 1-0 is not a lot. That means that
1-0 is actually a great losing score. Even though you don't want to lose, that's a pretty good losing score.
That means that your defense played, probably
Phenomenal.
exceptionally well.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at a score like 5-0 for the Lakers, who just lost to Oneonta, I mean, not a great score, not a score you want to be giving up if you're the Laker defense. And now the Lakers having one of their first corners of the entire match here as Katie Reynolds walking over to the spot to send it in to the Laker offense. And the Lakers, if I'm the Lakers, they only have 2 shots on goal this whole game. I really want to net this one in before the half.
Yeah, they definitely could because the Lakers are very strong with their quarters, so it could be possible they can hit it right in.
Reynolds about to cross it in. She's getting ready on her stance. Tees it up and puts it into the box. Testo on the shot. Oh, and it hits a Hartwick defender right in the arm. That was a great block. Testo, what a shot, though. That had beaten the goalkeeper all day. Allison Osborne did not have a prayer, but Maggie Staubel did a great job of standing right in the way of that because that was going top corner.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe this corner was the momentum boost that Oswego needed to maybe get another goal before half here to separate themselves from this very tough and young Hartwick team.
Yeah, it honestly could be because if it didn't go as high as it did, it could have definitely just gone through and gone in. So maybe now they know that they can do something like that. Maybe they'll try to push more for it. I'm not exactly sure.
And I mean, I feel like it's a little bit harder in field hockey to get the ball off the ground like that.
Yes and no. There's been it's really just the angle of the stick, and if you just hit it at a certain angle, it could just go flying.
Willett on the ball, and like I've been saying for this entire first half, she does a great job of just running by herself. The stick work, the speed. You can see that Willett is a one-man show doing a lot of the offensive work here for the Hawks. But not to discredit the Hawks, they've been great offensively as a team. Willett has been the driving force of this offense in my mind. Oswego on the ball here, and it will be Julia Heacock once again, bringing it out of the back. And it goes through basically the entire center of play, but Hartwick will retain possession. Rebecca Bonini firing up a pass, and it goes right out of bounds. But Gina Cazzetti will have possession for Hartwick. Hartwick swinging around the back here. And what I've seen from Hartwick compared to Oswego is that when something really isn't going Hartwick's way on offense, they look to reset and they move it around the back here. As that was a beautiful deke by Bella Wheeler, who's looking to get across inside. And it hits off the foot of a Hartwick attacker. It will be Lakers ball. But anyways, like I was saying, seems like when Hartwick doesn't have anything going for them, they move it around the back, and they just kind of reset and look for something new, which is very surprising to see from a very young team. And it seems like for the Lakers, they kind of just panic a little bit, and they just kind of fire it up the center of the field, and it has caused a lot of turnovers in that Oswego defense.
Yeah, Hartwick knows that if something isn't going the way it should, they know how to turn it around to make it to where something could happen.
It seems like the Lakers just don't want to pass the ball here. I mean, a lot of it has just been direct and up the center, and when you're looking at Hartwick, they're doing a lot better of a job as Willett once again gets it through and puts it away. Perry Willett on the solo goal. That was a beautiful effort by Willett as she put it right past Lauren Catalano. My apologies. Willett there. Beautiful solo goal, and you just knew by the way that she was going at those Oswego defenders that she was going to get a goal herself before this game concluded. Great piece of work there from the freshman, the 5'10" freshman out of Huntington, Vermont. Great piece of play there. She's honestly, she's probably my player of the first half. She has been showing out for the Hartwick Hawks here to this point.
Yeah, she's honestly been the player of the entire team because as of right now, she is for the Hartwick Hawks the leading points. She's right now with 22 points, which is the same.
And once again, Hartwick strikes again. Maria Stalder. And just like that, it's 3-1. It was a tie game only a couple of seconds ago. And Maria Stalder said, I'll take that, and puts it away past Catalano again. And maybe now we're seeing some of that freshman inexperience from Catalano. This is where you're kind of hoping for Joanna Chrisman to get out of the sling and maybe hop in net a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. With the Hawks, like, since they know that now they're up 3, and now they know that they can get more goals if they just push for it. So I think that's what they're doing.
You know, and they've been knocking on the door this entire first half of play here, and it was only a matter of time before they netted at least one goal. But now, just like that, 2 back-to-back goals with 7 shots on target. It is now 3-1. Hartwick Hawks over your Oswego Lady Lakers with a minute to go here in the first half of play at the Laker turf. If you are just joining us at WTOP 10, thanks for tuning in. I am James Cattato, and this is Caroline Evans on my right. Hartwick, again, very composed in the back as they send up a pass, and it is turned over, and the Lakers now have possession. And it will be Lakers ball, and it will be Lacey White on the pass. Oswego looking to get something going, to salvage something, and it looks like they're right in front of net. And a great save there from Allison Osborne. Keeps the Lakers at bay. And another turnover for the Lakers. That was a crucial turnover there, as they were just knocking on the door. That was a great shot by Alyssa DeMichael. And now we have about 5 seconds left in this first half of play. The Lakers trying to do something, but the clock will just run out, as after 2 very quick goals, very surprisingly, the Hartwick Hawks just take a 3-1 lead over the Oswego Lady Lakers. Caroline, thoughts on that first half, especially the ending?
In my opinion, I feel like I was very shocked at the fact that now we're at a score of 3-1 when I thought that it was just going to be a tie game for the first half. But I think just Hartwick really knew how to get it there and knew what they needed to do to bring it to this score now.
And if you had any advice for the Lady Lakers going into the second half of play, what would it be?
I think just more forward and midline work, because it's been sitting. They've been basically sitting by their goal the entire time, and I just think that the forward and midline just need to maybe just like step it up, kind of, because like they need to bring it to Hartwick's goal, and they haven't really been doing that this game.
And what do you think is, or who do you think is a standout player for the Lakers here in this first half? I mean, it's very disappointing to see that they just conceded those 2 last-minute goals, but who's the standout player for the Lakers to this point?
As of right now, honestly, I think that Lauren Catalano is still like that player to watch for this first half because of how many. She's only had 4 saves, but she's always been there to find where the ball is and make sure it stays out.
Yeah, Catalano, until those last couple of minutes there, looked very, very stellar in the first half of play, but it's going to be very interesting to see how the Lakers bounce back from this 3-1 deficit. You are watching WTOP 10. We are at the Laker turf as the Hartwick Hawks are going into the second half with a 3-1 lead over your Oswego Lady Lakers. We will be back in just a couple minutes to break down the rest of this first half and preview the second half for you. And welcome back to the Laker Turf. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning into WTOP 10, where the Lady Lakers of Oswego are down 3-1 to a solid Hartwick Hawks side. And Caroline, we've seen this Hartwick side basically just bounce back after getting a couple of attacks put on their defense, and they netted a couple of solid shots in the back of the net in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, definitely. In like the last 5 minutes, they had gotten 2 goals right after each other, which, in my opinion, like really surprised me because I didn't think that they would have gotten them so quickly. But I'm excited for the second half to see how both Hartwick and Oswego play.
You know, and it's very interesting. We were just looking at the stat sheet, and they're very similar in statistics per game. You see the Lakers have 2.1 goals per game to Hartwick's 2.8, assists 1.4 to 2.2. Their shots per game and their shots on goal percentage was about the same. So it's very interesting. Their save percentage is the same, except Hartwick has a couple more shutouts. So it's very interesting to see how these two teams are stacking up very similarly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that way for the majority of the first half, Caroline, but in these last couple of minutes here in the first half, Lakers just kind of collapsed on defense.
Yeah, definitely. And I think in like Hartwick's head, it just kind of snapped that like they needed to get more and they needed to like get it under control, and which they did, obviously.
So what are you looking forward to most in the second half here? What do you think the Lady Lakers have to do to even this one up and maybe even get the W?
I think that the forward line just needs to – forward and mid-line just need to step it up. And one thing I noticed when we were during halftime, at the end, Oswego cheered intensity, which I think that's what they need. I think they just need to put a little bit more intensity into this game.
And as we are about to get going here for this second half of action, Allison Quirk standing in the center, looking to get this one going for the Hartwick Hawks. You see the refs on each sideline rocking the pink for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Shout out to the referees. And we are getting the Hartwick Hawks started here on the ball as Quirk sends one back into the middle of the field. We are getting started here. Couldn't get my words out there for a second. Lakers forcing the turnover. And it will be Lakers ball. Bounces off the Hartwick foot there. Hartwick regaining possession very easily here as the Lakers picking up right where they left off, just firing the ball up the middle of the field while Hartwick looked to be the composed side here. And Perry Willett, who has been the outstanding offensive player of this first half so far and of this entire game between both the teams, just been making it happen as Hartwick putting a shot on frame, but it deflects off of, looked to be an Oswego Laker, but I guess it was a Hartwick Hawk as the Lakers get possession here. And it will come out of the back for the Lakers here. Julia Heacock on the clearance up to Katie, or excuse me, not Katie Reynolds, Alyssa DeMichael. Hartwick now looking for a counterattack here as they are heading towards net. And they put a shot on frame, but it deflects off of the Oswego defender, and they do a great job. That was Heacock, Julie Heacock keeping that one out. And this one is just going to dribble out of bounds. Very disappointing here as Kathleen Little had an opportunity to start a counterattack for the Lakers, but could not do so. And now Hartwick has a great offensive chance, and it deflects off of the Oswego defender. That was Abby Testo with a defensive stop there. And Allison Quirk did a good job of putting that one on frame. And Hartwick picking up where they left off, looking very solid here in this second half of play. It's going to be a Hartwick ball here. Yeah, and it looks like they carried that momentum from those last 2 goals that they scored at the very end of the first half there, Caroline, into the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Like Hartwick really knows how to get to the opponent's goal, and they know how to stay there.
Yeah, you see 7 shots on goal. It's been a very good game so far for the Hawks of Hartwick. And they average about 13.5 on frame per game. So they are just about on pace to meet their season average for shots on goal to this point. And they are all over the Lakers. The Lakers just regained possession from a tough Hartwick side that has just been all over the Lakers this entire end of the first and second half to this point. And now it looks like Julia Heacock has nowhere to pass it to, but she finally finds an option with Riley Mallett, who was my defensive player of the half for the Lady Lakers. She had some crucial stops in the back, but it was no use as Hartwick just kept on breaking through that defense, breaking them down until they scored those 2 goals at the end of the half. And Heacock looking for another pass, and she just fires it up into no green jerseys receiving the Heacock pass there as Hartwick once again forcing the turnover, but now the Lakers are trying to get something going themselves, and they do so. Jenna Rogers was carrying up the field. Another turnover forced by the Lakers. Rogers again on the ball, looking for a pass, and it looks like this one's going to go out of bounds. Hartwick ball. It's looking like Emily Hunter is looking to set the ball down as she throws it over to Lacey White, who throws it back to Emily Hunter. And that hits off of Katie Reynolds. That one looked like it hurt a little bit as she jogs it off, rubs some dirt on it, and gets back into play. Hartwick on the attack here. Jenna Sobel on the carry, and now it's Perry Willett again, who has just done a fantastic job of breaking through that Oswego defense. Hartwick looking very dangerous, but Oswego forcing the turnover here. As now Katie Reynolds and co looking to get out on the break, and it's Reynolds trying to force the issue, but Hartwick just been doing a great job from defense to offense, stopping the Lakers and putting shots on frame. And make sure you tune into Laker Connections this week, as since Katie Reynolds won Athlete of the Week for that week of September 25th, she will be on Laker Connections. And you can see that Brittany Cairns, Jake Vanderbrook, and Brandon Ash will be interviewing the stud for this Lakers field hockey team, who has put up 22 points on the campaign. And you can catch that on WTOP 10 Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights at 10:30, my apologies. Hartwick looking to get something going here, and it is Katie Muse who is sending a lot of pressure to that Oswego defense. Muse, and it hits off the foot of Gina Cazzetti, who actually started the second half here for the Hawks, and she had a very good first half. She was forcing the issue, and now she got a shot of her own, sends a cross in, and it is a dangerous attempt for the Hawks, but nobody was at that back post to clean it up, and it will be Lakers possession once again. What are you seeing here in the second half of action, Caroline?
I would like to, one thing I noticed that, yes, it has been by Oswego's goal a lot lately by Hartwick. It has been starting to move close to Hartwick's goal. I think Oswego has really figured out what they need to do to fix what they did in the first half and to keep it down more with Hartwick's goal.
Cazzetti on the pass there to Willett, who has just been a one-man show on offense. And Muse almost had the ball to be able to have a breakaway, but no dice as it was stuffed by an Oswego defender. Good work there by the Lady Lakers defense, as now they are looking to get something going here. And it deflects right off the stick. Very dangerous there, as it almost hit Alyssa DeMichael right in the leg, but luckily deflected off the stick. So no injuries for DeMichael. Hartwick moving the ball around, looking to do something. Reynolds.
For the Lakers is
a lot of pressure from Reynolds, and she forces the turnover here. Oswego doing a good job of responding to that Hartwick pressure to this point. Oswego putting the ball into play, but Hartwick walking away with that one, and it will be Willett taking it herself once again. She's still got it, and it will be a Hartwick ball.
Very dangerous position here for the Hawks, too.
And they're going to send one in. Oh, and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And Willett was wide open on the net, but a great play from Catalano keeps the Hawks at bay. Good work there from the freshman goalie, who has had a good game to this point, like you said, Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like, we don't see much action from Catalano throughout the season, so I think that this is where it's her time to stand out and show how great of a player she is.
And it would be very interesting to see Catalano playing in this setting if, say, Joanna Chrisman was a senior or something like that, or a junior, to where, you know, you would see Chrisman graduate in a little while and maybe see Catalano get that spotlight. But Chrisman's only a sophomore, so, I mean, it's great that they got two solid goalkeeping options in Catalano and Chrisman, but it looks like that Chrisman's probably going to retain her duties in the net to this point. And looking forward. Looks like it's going to be a Hartwick corner here as we see Rebecca Peaks running towards the ball. She's been the corner specialist for Hartwick so far in this contest. She's putting it up on the spot, getting her stance ready, and she is ready to fire this one in on the ref's whistle. She readies up. Oswego defense ready to respond, and she fires it into the box. And it will be a shot put on target, and Catalano kicks it away. And good work there from Catalano, as it will be the Lakers who walk away with the ball.
Lineup for the Lakers, number 3, Teresa Glenn.
Julia Heacock looking to fire it out of the back. And you would think that with the amount of turnovers that Heacock has, just like that one, that they would have somebody else, or even maybe even sub Heacock out, because the freshman looks like that she's just cracking under the pressure, trying to distribute that ball out of the back. And it is just not a good look, as they are just turning the ball over constantly to that Hartwick side, especially in their own third. Ooh, another block on the stick there. And Oswego looking to do something. And that was the new sub, Leah Romanowski, who had served the ball into play there. And now it will be a corner, and Katie Reynolds will jog over to the spot. The senior, the 5-foot senior from Pauling, will put this ball into play. And she is hoping that the Lakers can tack on another goal to cut the deficit between Hartwick to 1 goal. Here we go. She sends it into the box. And Caroline, you'll know better than I do. It seems like that they're taking their time, kind of settling the ball, and it doesn't seem like they're in a rush to put a shot on frame.
No, usually corners aren't that fast-paced, and this is usually a fast-paced game. But once you get a corner like this is where it's like there's a lot of pressure because you know you're right by the goal. So that you just kind of like slow down, take your time kind of thing.
Reynolds again on another corner service, and Oswego really applying pressure in the offensive third, but now it looks like Hartwick is going to break out, and they have some numbers too. They are on the fast break. And would you look at this, it's Muse who sends it in. Oh, she's doing it herself. And Willett just let it ride for some reason. And Allison Quirk looked to put it on frame to challenge Catalano, but it went wide left. And it will remain a Hartwick ball. It was a very beautiful piece of counterattacking play there from the Hartwick Hawks. One thing I've noticed from Hartwick this entire game, and you can't knock them on, is that their offense is great with the stick handling and the ball handling.
Yeah, definitely. They're very, they got skill. They know how, they have very good stick skills, ball skills, just everything about it.
And I'll tell you this, you normally see from a younger team a lot of flair, and you see those chances where they're taking teams and defenses one-on-one like that or one-on-two. But this Hartwick team has been very composed, and they know how to break out into those one-on-one situations, but they've been very composed in passing the ball around. And just like this, they are breaking out into another one, but Catalano with a great save here. That's 2 great pad saves from Catalano there. As once again, it will be an Oswego ball. Way to weather the storm there from Lauren Catalano, the freshman, doing some great things for this Lakers team. And it is very comforting knowing that your backup goalie is as good as Catalano is. There's nothing you could do about those 2 goals at the end of the first half. The Lakers looking to do something once again, and it's Alyssa DeMichael, who has been a speedster on that wing. Katie Reynolds, the points leader for the Lakers this season. And it was Cazzetti on the ball who sent it over to Muse, and now it will be Hartwick ball, and Muse is running towards the goal. She wants another Hartwick goal. She's not satisfied. They are ready to put another one on frame, and Willett once again is standing right in front of the goal, but she cannot get that stick connection to put the Hawks up another goal, and it will be yet another corner. Rebecca Peaks running over to the spot to send in a cross. It's been a great game for this Hartwick Hawks offense, and it's just what they needed after that loss to Washington and Jefferson. This is looking like it's going to be a solid bounce-back game if the result holds for this Hartwick Hawks team, pushing them to 8-4 on the season and bumping Oswego down to 4-7, again, if the result holds. Hartwick looking to put something on frame here, and they do so, and she slots it away. That is Maria Stalder, who put that one bottom left corner. Great piece of teamwork there from the Hawks, as Stalder said, let me just take that one myself, as she puts it right past Lauren Catalano. She had no chance to save that one. Great goal there from the Hawks.
Yeah, with this one, like, there's really nothing Catalano can do about it. It was high, it was strong, it was a great goal. And now this is Stalder's 2nd goal of the game.
And it's looking like Stalder competing to see if she can get that player of the game spot over her teammate Perry Willett, who has also had a fantastic game offensively. But in this second half, Willett's missed a couple of chances where she's been wide open, and Catalano's been nowhere to be found, and she just hasn't been able to connect the stick to the ball. So it's very interesting to see how Stalder has kind of carried this offense in the second half so far. Great play from the Hartwick Hawks. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in to WTOP 10. I'm James Catato, and we have 4-1. The Hartwick Hawks are beating your Lady Lakers 4-1 at the Laker turf with 19:35 to go in the half. Caroline, what does Oswego have to do? I mean, it doesn't look good, but what do they have to do?
I think something that they may be lacking right now is communication, I feel, because, like, at some points they just don't seem connected at all, and I feel like they just need to add more to that to give them more of a connected strategy.
And if you're not following us already on 2 or 3 of the Instagrams, make sure you follow WTOP 10 Oswego for all of your WTOP 10 needs. And if you want to see some behind-the-scenes action where you're seeing all the camera work, the productions work, and our beautiful faces giving you the commentary right now, then make sure you follow WTOP_10_prod, where you're going to see all of the behind-the-scenes action. And that will be on Instagram for you social media lovers out there. And it looks like Hartwick is trying to get another attacking opportunity, but it will be yet another turnover where the Lakers will regain possession here. Gina Cazzetti carrying the ball up the field here. And Hartwick has just looked like they've been just outclassing the Lady Lakers here. Cazzetti just wide right. Cazzetti, ever since she's been subbed on, has made a difference for this Hartwick side, as she has provided a couple of crucial runs up the pitch and putting Hartwick in a great offensive opportunity to put yet another goal away. Katie Reynolds lets that one right out of bounds, and it's just not clicking for the Lakers. And Caroline, you know, I kind of feel like that those last 2 goals in the first half and the last couple of minutes really drain the energy and a little bit of the spirit out of this Lakers side.
Honestly, it could, because, like, knowing that, like, the Lakers know that the Hawks can just get goals very quickly, so it just kind of drains them, as you said, like, drains the energy out of them.
Because, you know, you're right there. You're knocking on the door, and this is a solid Hartwick team, and this would have been a solid win for the Lady Lakers.
Yeah.
You know, and assuming this score holds, this would have been a very solid win for the Lady Lakers. Obviously, there's still time to come back. There's 17 minutes left in regulation play in the second half. But, I mean, you just got to be a little disappointed that you let those 2 goals in. You know, regardless of any sport, you hate giving up a run like that at the end of the half. And the Lakers, they were right there, and maybe a little bit undeservedly, because they didn't have a lot of offensive opportunities, and Hartwick was just knocking on the door constantly. But, you know, if you're the Lakers, your spirits have got to be a little down, because you were in that game regardless of how many shots. The score was 1-1 before they put those 2 goals away.
And, like, as we've been seeing this entire game, like, and as we said, Hartwick has spent the entire time at Oswego's goal, which could just, like, kind of mess with Oswego a little bit, like, knowing that Hartwick knows how to stay at their goal.
And it's got to get a little tiring for that Lakers defense. I mean, as Hartwick keeps knocking on the door, they got to get a little more and more tired. And, you know, that offense just isn't putting in the shift that the defense is putting in. It's not evening out right now, you know?
Definitely.
And Evelyn Burdick, the 5'10 junior from Clinton, just checked into the game for Oswego. Let's see if she can get some goal contributions, as the forward is looking to do something for this Lakers team. Try to get them back into the game. Good move there by Leah Romanowski. She feeds it in and tries to get it to Katie Reynolds. But Hartwick will have a foul here, and it will be Oswego corner. Katie Reynolds going to the spot here. Now, Caroline, what are they picking up and putting down, Hartwick? And I've seen Oswego do it a couple times when they've been defending the corner. What is it, like a mask or something?
Yeah. In college field hockey, you don't have to wear goggles like you have to in high school, and which for some reason I think is weird, but because you know how close everyone is in the circle, it's just like an extra protection for the defense.
Just wide right there for the Lakers as they put a shot on frame, and goalkeeper Allison Osborne was not worried about that one at all. And I'll tell you what, when they've had the corners and they've fed the ball to Abby Testo, Testo has put some solid shots on frame for the Lakers here. Burdick trying to get something going, as she was just a new sub on. And it looks like it's going to be a Hartwick ball. And it will be Brooke Stainer taken out of the back for the Hawks of Hartwick. Stainer finding the simple pass, and that's all of the difference as well. You see Hartwick just on those plays compared to Oswego finding the very simple pass out of the back compared to Julia Heacock, who was just kind of firing random shots into the middle of the field. You see Hartwick looking for that pass and looking to move the ball around, but Oswego just kind of aimlessly hitting it around the back, and you can see why they're Hartwick's forcing so many turnovers on the Lakers. As you see Katie Reynolds charging towards the goal, trying to do everything herself here. And it will be another Lakers corner. Their offense has looked a lot better in this past couple of minutes here, Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like, knowing that it's getting close to the end of the game, like, it clicked in the offense's head that we need to do something about this, that we need to step it up a bit.
And we see not only the only injury was to Joanna Crispin, we see Chloe Parks down on the sideline wearing a knee brace. Looks like it might have been an ACL or meniscus injury with one of those types of braces. So you hate to see something like that, as the freshman will be out for some time with that brace. And we have another swing and a miss from Testo. Once again, Hartwick just finding the easy passes. But the Lakers are doing a good job of forcing those easy passes into turnovers. As now the Lakers, once again, getting back on the ball. And if the Lakers play with this much intensity for the rest of the game, you got to imagine that they might tack on a couple of goals to cut the deficit. Katie Reynolds on the ball here. Points leader's been a little bit quiet these past couple of games in terms of getting the goals on the score sheet. After those 4 from Brockport, hasn't really been doing much in the past 4 or 5 games or so. So she's been a little quiet. Not to discredit the senior from Pauling, as she has had a phenomenal season leading the team with 22 points. .11 minutes and 47 seconds to go here in the second half of regulation play. The Hartwick Hawks are beating your Oswego State Lady Lakers 4-1 at the Laker turf. 10 shots on frame for the Hartwick Hawks, 3 on frame for your Lakers. 6 saves for Warren Catalano and 2 saves for Allison Osborne. And those stats just tell it all. I mean, the Lakers really just haven't made Allison Osborne work a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, 3 shots on goal and 2 saves for Osborne. 1 goal, it's just not getting the job done for the Lakers. You know, and credit to the Hartwick defense, because not only has the Lakers' offense not been spectacular, but the Hartwick defense has been stellar to this point.
Well, I think both the offense and the defense line of Hartwick have been stellar. Just because, like, they've been staying on Oswego's goal, and once they do get to their own goal, they know how to keep it out.
And I think the big reason why we've been seeing a lot of Gina Cazzetti in this second half of play here is because Tegan Robinson seems to have something wrapped around her waist. Maybe she was a little hurt after the first half, maybe a little shaken up on the play, so she came out of the game. We haven't seen a lot of Tegan, though, in this second half of play. It's why we've been seeing Gina Cazzetti on this right-hand side. Lakers trying to press it a little bit, but it will be a corner as Reynolds once again walking down to the spot on the other side. She's about to fire in a cross. And we'll see if the Lakers can tack on this crucial second goal here with 10 minutes to go in the second half of play. Reynolds getting ready here to fire this one in. Senior forward. Athlete of the week. Sends it in. And that's a beautiful goal from Abby Testo. Out of nowhere, the crowd was silent, and Testo brings some life here at Laker Turf Stadium. What a goal for Testo. As that just whizzes by Osborne, and seems there's going to be stoppage of play here as the Lakers, much needed goal. Beautiful, beautiful shot from Testo.
I don't even know what to say. Like, that was great. Like, just the fact of how quick it was, and nobody was really expecting it.
Every single time that the Lakers, and I said it earlier in the half, I said it earlier in the game, every time that the Lakers have looked for Abby Testo on that corner, they have just been great shots on frame, or they've been just wide of frame. Because Testo, without a doubt, I'm seeing Testo. I saw her in warm-ups, and I've seen Testo put some very hard shots on frame. It looks like she has the hardest shot on this Oswego team, and rightfully so, because she just rifled one into the back of the net. And the Lakers are looking to talk it over. The head coach of the Lakers, Heather Moore, looking to talk it over with her field hockey girls, trying to get something going and trying to maybe cut the deficit again to 1 goal, which will be much needed for this Lakers side. 9:36 to go in the second half. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in to WTOP 10. I'm James Catato, and this is Caroline Evans to my right. We have a little bit tighter of a contested match here as Oswego just scored their second goal of the game to cut the deficit to 2 as the Hartwick Hawks are up 4-2 in this contest. And again, if you're just joining us, senior Katie Reynolds will be appearing on Laker Connections this Wednesday night at 10:30 to talk with Sports Director WTO P10 Brittany Cairns and Brandon Ash and Jake Vanderbrook about the season that she's been having and about her reigning Athlete of the Week award for SUNYAC Conference play. So make sure you do not miss that. Tune in on Wednesday at WTO P10 at 10:30 to catch all of that action and a great interview from Katie Reynolds. Looks like the ref is stopping the clock here. And Caroline, who is getting the green card here? It looks like Maria Stalder is going to be receiving the green
number
card.
32. So that means, like how it was before for the Lakers, green card means that she's out for 2 minutes, and now Hartwick is down a player.
So it's you can see that Hartwick is ready to sub on Allison Quirk. So does that mean that they can still sub on for somebody else, but they'll still be a man down?
Yes, they can sub out players, but it's still that they're still down a player.
And now some new additions to the Hartwick side. As we can see, Lavacia Sparrow just checked into the game. We haven't seen her all game, and immediately she's running up the side of the field, and she's making a difference for this team. It looks like Hartwick is just a deep field hockey side.
Yeah, definitely.
And Julia Heacock, who has had a disappointing performance coming out of the back so far, just once again almost turning the ball over, and actually does turn the ball over after a deflection. Just very disappointing, as the defense to this point and clearing it out of the back and finding options has been nowhere near the caliber of Hartwick. Although the Oswego defense has played relatively well to this point, it's just a very solid Hartwick offense that has been all over them. And as you can see, 45 seconds left on the penalty clock for Maria Stalder. And if you're the Hartwick offense, you want Stalder back in the game because, like you said, Caroline, those 2 goals that she scored, and especially that very nice goal that she scored in the second half there, they want her on this field because she obviously makes a difference for them, and she links up with Perry Willett very well and is very dangerous against that Lakers defense. And now we have a Hartwick corner here as Rebecca Peaks will be taking this one. The 5'3" freshman, again, freshmen and sophomores, 7 of them in the starting 11, responding very well to all of the pressure that Oswego's put on them to this point. Hartwick moving the ball around beautifully, and they put a shot on it. It's a great save by Catalano. Hartwick just keeping the constant pressure, though. And credit to Catalano, she's making some great saves to this point.
Into the lineup for Hartwick, number 5, Allison Quirk.
And they take it away. Catalano with the kick out of bounds, though. Safe feet there from Catalano. And when you look at the second half of play, it's been a lot more even than the first half, but at the same time, you know, these last 5 minutes, it could be the exact same story as the last half. You know, you could see Hartwick just tack on a couple of goals here at the end, but it's been a much more even half of play. And wow, great stick work there from Allison Quirk as she just carries the ball and juggles it basically on the stick past the Oswego defender. Technically sound, very skilled there. And it looks like this is going to be another green card. It's a yellow card.
Yellow card for
Allison Quirk.
Yes, number 5, which means that she's out for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Now, I know I'm a soccer player, so yellow card in soccer means you can sub out and then come back in basically at the referee's discretion. And then there's a red card, which means you're out for the game.
Yeah.
Is there anything equivalent to a red card in field hockey?
They do have red cards. It's just like that. Like, if you do get a red card, you're out of the game.
Okay.
But, yeah, green card, 2 minutes. Yellow card, 5 minutes. Red, you're out.
Okay. So very interesting there. As we see the first yellow card of the game going to Allison Quirk, and she might not even check back into the game here, as we have 4:45 left in her penalty and 6:08 left in the game. You know, Aaron Altera might not think that it's necessary to put in Quirk for this last minute that she would be in the contest, because maybe you don't want to risk an injury or something like that. But we will see when Quirk finishes her yellow card service what's going to happen with that. And getting ready to check in for the Hartwick Hawks, and it's been one of the stars of the show for the Hawks to this point. Perry Willett getting ready to check back into the game. She has just been phenomenal all day, and her and Maria Stalder, and as of recent, Allison Quirk, been linking up on offense beautifully and just causing so many problems for a relatively solid Lakers defense that have just been overwhelmed by a very, very offensively sound Hartwick side. Here we go. Kathleen Little with the ball, serves it into the box, and Oswego's fighting to do something to get another goal because they know that they're still in this game. A 2-goal lead is a very dangerous lead. Looks like Oswego is going to retain possession here. Jenna Rogers will be on the ball for the Lakers. Hartwick on the ball here. Passes it over to Jenna Sobel. And nice deflection there from Emily Conklin, who quietly has had a good game for the Lakers. She had one of the goals for the Lakers, and she has played very well up to this point. Lakers on possession here, as we're looking at Riley Mallett, who, again, very solid defensive player. And when you look at Oswego, they've let in 4 goals, which they really, I don't think there's much to hang your heads about. This is a very good Hartwick side, and if the result holds, the Lakers played a good game.
Yeah, definitely. Like, even though it is a score of 4-2, like, Hartwick deserves it. Like, they're a very strong team. They're a very good team. With their record right now, it's 7-4. Like, this is what you expect, and, like, this is how Hartwick should be playing.
Hartwick just getting straight out on the counterattack once again, and it is kept in bounds by Michaela Parker, or excuse me, Bella Wheeler. But like you were saying, you know, nothing to hang your heads about. This is a 7-4, maybe soon to be 8-4 side here, and they have just been the better side. And Oswego, not to knock them, they've had a fantastic showing today, but Hartwick has just been that little bit better for the full 2 halves of play here.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just by watching the Oswego games, it's even though their record is 4-6, like, they still come out and they do, like, show their best. They are still a great team, and, like, skill-wise and everything. So even though they are losing, they still have put out a great game.
And with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the second half of play, if you are just joining us at the end of regulation, I'm James Casado with Caroline Evans to the right of me, giving you the commentary for some field hockey action here at the Laker Turf, as your Lady Lakers are losing to the Hartwick Hawks 4-2. You see, the big story of the game was that Hartwick netted those 2 goals at the end of the first half, and as you can see, Caroline, that's been all of the difference in this entire game, because Oswego's a little bit stronger on the defensive end to end the first half, and maybe they don't let up as much, and this is a tie game.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, like,
Oswego there with an attacking opportunity as Alyssa DeMichael put it on frame, but Allison Osborne with her first real test of the day as she makes a very good save with the pads. And we are under 2 minutes to go in this contest. It's been a good game, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think that both teams came and showed it their all. Like,
21 Emily Hunter got hit in the face there, and it will be an Oswego ball. It will remain an Oswego ball, as especially in the closing moments of the second half, they've been the dominant side, and I think this is where we're seeing the gas tank start to run out on this very young Hartwick side.
yeah.
We have Emily Conklin on the ball here, Passing it over to Teresa Glenn, who's about to send a cross in.
And for those who didn't notice, Allison Quirk did just come back in with
About a minute left.
Yeah, a minute left. She just come back.
1 minute remains in the second half.
And to follow up after this week, Oswego will host St. John Fisher at 4 p.m. Saturday on the Laker turf. Try to bounce back from this very hard-fought game that they just played. The ball went in the back of the net, but it looks like it's not going to count, as Hartwick is probably just going to look to run the clock out on this one.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're going to do. They're just going to run the clock. 28 seconds left.
I think another big story of this game was that the Lakers looked not so good out of the back, as you had Julia Heacock just kind of give it away all the time to Hartwick, and you saw Hartwick composed and they were poised, passing the ball around, and they were making the smarter field hockey plays. We have 5 seconds left in the second half here, as it looks like Hartwick is going to walk away with this one over your Lady Lakers of Oswego 4-2. Caroline, final thoughts on this game before we get out of here.
My final thoughts are that even though Oswego did lose to Hartwick, it was, as I said, still a amazing game with, like, they both came and gave it their all. Like, they both came and made sure that they showed the skills that they have. So even though it was a loss for Oswego, they still gave it a great game.
And now that means that the Lady Lakers of Oswego will move to 4-7 on the year, and Hartwick College will move to 8-4 on the year. Very impressive for the Hartwick Hawks. We wish the Hartwick Hawks best of luck as they go on for the rest of the season. A very solid and young core group of ladies there that just beat a resilient Lakers side. Very good game by both sides there, and definitely very interesting to see how the Lakers will bounce back against St. John Fisher. And you can catch that at 4 p.m. on the Laker turf when they host the St. John Fisher Cardinals this Saturday. And on the call, I'm James Catato.
And I'm Caroline Evans.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you tune in next Saturday.